In this video, let me share with you how to create planning recommendation deliverables as an example. Creating complex deliverables is made really easy with our dynamic template and notes system. So here in Pulse 360, we'll create that document that you just saw with observations, recommendations, assumptions, and so on and so forth. So first off, what you have to do is have a template built out already in Pulse 360. We have some standard ones that come, but here, for example, I'll show you the recommendations template that I have built, and this is how the structure of it is. I have some topics and subtopics with observations, assumptions, recommendations, and so on and so forth. Towards the end of the video, I'll show you a little bit more of the detail of the template. However, let's go ahead and build this document so you can see how you can use Pulse 360 to have really nice looking documents built on a consistent manner without you messing around with formatting and all of that thing every time. So what we'll do is we'll move a little bit slow in the beginning just to kind of add some notes, and then I'll speed it up towards the end so you can see how all the notes are. So first, let's add one of the first notes we want to add. Let's assume we have some some observation around investments. I'm going to pick an investment topic, and I'll do a subtopic of observations. This is where subtopics really start to shine because you can carve out what you're talking about with a client, and it makes it easier for them to read as well. And of course, from a practice protection perspective, you can later on show, hey, you did have certain observations that you shared with the client. So here I've added the observation. Let's go ahead and also add an assumption as well for this investment. You may have to say, for example, this is based on the risk tolerance questionnaire that they did, right? And so I'm going to just go ahead and document that. Once again, it helps the client understand where you're getting your observations from, and also from a compliance perspective, you can share the backup proof right there, right? So you're doing multiple things in one go. Now we'll do a recommendation. So I've chosen a recommendation as a subtopic, and I'm going to go ahead and write up the recommendations to, what I've suggested for them. And I'll just add that. As you can see on the right side, the document is being prepared. Now let's take it one level further by adding some images and whatnot. So what I'll do is I'll do a financial planning as a topic, and I want to make a observation that perhaps they're running a cash flow deficit, and I want to share a little bit of graphics around what I've seen. So you can just type up your note and then take a screenshot of the graphic. I just went into Excel right now and copied, and I'm just pasting directly the image right here. You can resize it, and of course you can align it as well to be more centered in here just to make it look nice, and go ahead and add that. As you can see on the right hand side, the image is there. Also on the left hand side, the notes are there. Now I've speeded up and added much more notes all around different topics and recommendations, assumptions, and so on and so forth, just to fill this out so you can see how the document can work, right? Now, this is something you can easily do once you have the template built out. Let's dive in a little bit of the template here. I'm going to pull up my recommendations template, and what you'll see is I've created different blocks of observations, assumptions, and so on and so forth, and each one of the topics has, for example, in this case, a subtopic of observation that I have picked from here, and I've made sure there's no titles showing, mainly because I've already given the title at above that covers all those different areas we may talk about. Very similarly, we have all of the other ones, right? Assumptions, recommendations, action items, and client action items. So this is really simple. Once it's just set up like this, now when you add notes, you don't need to worry about formatting and titling and all of that. It's going to go in the right place every time. So please reach out to us if you'd like help setting something like this for your practice. Thank you.